Wishing all Earthlings a happy new orbit cycle for Earth, beginning with 10 must-watch movies of 2018 from the geek pop culture genre. Live long and prosper. With me today is the captain from Pop Culture Fund Malaysia, and we will do the rundown of our top 10 picks of movies that you must watch in 2018, which releasing in Malaysia. Emphasize again Malaysia, as these are selections of geek pop culture movies we know to be releasing in this country. So we shall do this chronologically from by release dates.
Salam bahagia. Yeah, I mean, he said Earthlings, but I guess I'm included also lah. Yeah, okay. Top 10 list, so difficult. The amount of movies and cool movies, for us geeks to go and geek out, it's difficult, but we managed to do it, Enthusiasm, fan enthusiasm, logic, fan enthusiasm, logic, so it's the balance of the force, which is no longer there in Star Wars, but that's another story for another time. Alright, starting off our list, we have none other than the British English Miss Lara Croft makes a return to the big screen in Tomb Raider. Yeah, and I would say lah, I don't know about you, but the female gaming icon of the 21st century has returned to the big screen, Lara Croft. Anyways, so this year they are starting where the newer game picks off, with Alicia Vikander being the lead role, playing the lead role of Lara Croft in this back to basics, almost Arrow Origins looking, Tomb Raider movie. Yeah, for that one.
So the first geek pop culture movie on our list is Tomb Raider, releasing on 15 March. Unfortunately, that's still a 2.5 month wait, so therefore we suggest to go and watch the top 10 movies of 2017 in our previous video to keep yourself occupied in the meantime.
The
10 must-watch movies in 2017, as well as our honorable mentions to keep yourself occupied. Next up, after Tomb Raider in the following week, is Pacific Rim Uprising, the sequel to the namesake Pacific Rim movie, released almost 4 years ago. Directed once again by Guillermo del Toro. The movie will be in cinemas 22nd March and takes place a few years after the original movie, with the title role going to John Boyega as the son of Stacker Pentecost, which was one of our protagonists in the first movie.
Yeah.
So, what can be seen from what is an action-packed trailers, there are more Jaegers, the giant robots, and there are more, well, I'm not sure more, but there are bigger kaiju.
Oh yeah.
The monsters, and including combiner kaiju, and it's like, how does that work?
Yeah, we have to watch it too.
Yes, but we know in Transformers fan, where you want robots combining to a bigger one. Now you have kaiju combining to a bigger one, and maybe there's a secret of robots combining to a bigger one which we don't know about yet.
We have seen dinosaurs combine also. It's a Power Ranger.
Oh yes.
Megazord. Okay, Megazord. Okay, anyways.
Yeah. Last year's movies.
And it's possible. So I'm sure that's possible also.
Immediately the week after, we have
Ready Player One. Yeah, what's that about, man? But anyways, it's such a gamer-centric game. Yeah, it's a movie. That it's based on by the visionary director Mr. Steven Spielberg himself. If you didn't know what was going on, the trailer itself, again, like Chris Helmuth said. Okay, anyways, because it's basically a movie about where post-apocalyptic future has already taken place, and there's not much things to go to, or not much things to do except to go to a place called Oasis, which is a virtual reality world, and in there's just the trailer is just gushing out all these pop culture references. You know, in that few minutes of trailer, it cuts, like you can see a DeLorean there, you can see Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street, and then there's just a few that you can spot in the first go. You should go and check it out. Check out the trailer, and that's coming the week after Pacific Rim Uprising,
March 29th.
March 29th. Whew, can't wait for that one, and a lot of people are too. Even though the name is not like based on the sequel or anything like that, but yeah, very highly anticipated. We're looking forward to that.
Especially if you've grown up in the 80s, you will pick up on all these pop culture references and have your geekgasm moments. Now, serving up next, it's bound to be a massive cinema-shattering movie. It's Avengers Infinity War on the 26th of April, which is the third movie in the Avengers franchise.
Ooh.
10 years of the Marvel Cinematic Universe leads all up to this.
Yeah.
So what would you like to say about?
It won't be shawarma, it'll probably be something else. Combination of the Marvel Cinematic Universe all coming to this moment where they face Thanos, or maybe not Thanos head on first, but the Black Order, and yeah, wow, all movies pointing to this direction, including the last Thor Ragnarok, ending right where this is supposedly where it starts. So yeah, we'll have, I don't know, lost count of the amount of Marvel heroes that are going to appear in this movie, and it's certainly like the assembling of the Marvel Cinematic Universe against the galactic badass with the Infinity Gauntlet. Oh,
the last count, which we have read somewhere, stated in our head count of 40 plus superheroes. Maybe, I think that includes villains as well, but yeah, I mean, our last huge gathering of fan favorite superheroes was Captain America Civil War.
Yeah.
And that was already such a fun fest in that airport, that whole scene.
Yeah, wow.
So imagine now you triple or quadruple that number of characters, and there you have Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah, plus there's so many things that are yet unanswered or waiting to be answered. As I'm a big Captain America fan, he is gonna shun that stars and stripe, so some say he's going to be Nomad, some say he's going to be the Captain, which is my particular favorite, aka US agent, and there's that little trailer in the a little segment in the trailer that people have already been making memes of, get this man a shield, that one. So yeah, we can't wait to see what he gets. I mean, personally, as a Captain America fan, among other things, as well as recently posted in the Thor group. So what weapon is Thor going to have next? Jang. But anyways, I'll leave it there. Yeah.
I think that's enough of a geek moment with Avengers. Let's move on to
ironically, number 5 is Solo.
The Star Wars movie. So this is the second series of anthology movies.
That's right. Okay, anthology. That's the phrase.
Which take place independently of the episodic movies. Independently may be another way of putting it, but I think we felt that Rogue One was like episode 3.9. So Solo could be 3.5 or whatever that sequence of numbers will take place. But it takes place in the what is called the Rebellion era, with a younger Han Solo. It won't be Harrison Ford with baby CGI. It's another actor.
Yes.
And there has been talk of production troubles associated with this movie. The directors were fired and Howard was brought in. But yet it's still scheduled for 24th of May. So far on schedule, but we have not yet seen a single trailer. By nature of it being a Star Wars movie, I think good or bad, love or hate, comes must watch.
Yeah, and the good thing is we don't have to wait until December, Christmas, or even November, end of the year. It's coming this time in blockbuster summertime, just like how the first Star Wars was delivered, and so it comes really soon. Yeah.
So immediately after Star Wars, I think we are back to a superhero comic book movie.
Yes,
And which
it's
one is
the
that?
Merc with the Mouth returns, 31st of May.
The Merc with the Mouth, if you missed the reference, is actually Deadpool.
Mr. Red and Black, and he's not coming alone though. Yeah, he has friends this time in the sequel, Deadpool 2. They haven't given it a mini title yet, but it's still at this point Deadpool 2.
Starring once again Ryan Reynolds, reprising the Merc with the Mouth. They are keeping the R rating, correct? And the big giveaway is the appearance of Cable.
Yes, which is played by Josh Brolin,
which ironically also plays
the Mad Titan. Thanos, yeah.
Thanos in Avengers Infinity War. So actually you'll be seeing Josh Brolin virtually 1 month apart.
Okay.
Up next, number 7 on our top 10 list is Alita Battle Angel, releasing on 19th of July. This James Cameron production was in development hell for 16 years, trying to bring to real life the adaptation of the source anime manga titled Alita Battle Angel. So now it's finally coming soon. The trailer is already out. It depicts, for those of you who know nothing about this, it's a dystopian post-apocalyptic future where the main character Alita is a discarded cyborg, so rescued from the scrapyard, and it's her journey discovering or rediscovering her humanity. But along the way, she encounters killer cyborgs, and that's where the action comes about. It apparently covers the first 4 volumes of the manga, and I'm sure it won't be a page-for-page adaptation. With certain scenes, I'm sure very much inspired from the source material as we've seen in Ghost in the Shell last year, but with its own take of the source material, and hopefully, I think so far with less controversy.
Yeah, looking forward to the translation from like anime, manga into a live action Hollywood movie. So that, for me, that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah.
So what's next?
Next on the list we have The Predator. So yeah, it's looking like it's a remake or a reboot, but actually the timeline for this movie is set right after Predator 2 and before the events of The Predators. So The Predator, which opens 2nd August here in Malaysia, will be helmed by Shane Black, who ironically enough was one of the military the guys in the military team in the first movie. Now he returns to be the director of this Predator movie.
So if you do not know, predators are these uber alien hunters which come to Earth and basically hunt down humans as trophies, or they even in the Alien vs Predator series hunt down xenomorphs for the thrill of the hunt and for the sake of trophies. They are very much like Hirogen in the Star Trek universe, who basically prey on all the different alien species to collect as trophies.
Yeah, so they exist in the same universe as aliens, right? The xenomorph aliens.
But there's different points in the timeline.
Okay.
What's next, Captain?
And next we have X-Men Dark Phoenix. Now X-Men Dark Phoenix comes to us on the 1st of November, and this takes place right after the X-Men Age of Apocalypse with the story being focused more on Jean Grey, as not only she unveiled her powers, but also unveiled the Phoenix powers, but now it tilts to the dark side, or the dark Phoenix powers. Yeah, so I'm interested particularly to see, because this movie is the last Fox title that's already been done pre to Disney buying over. So I'm really interested to see whether they will tweak it in any way, or throw in some additional scene or end credit scene to steer it, maybe, or steer the X-Men into the MCU. Maybe not, too early to tell. But what do you think, Mr. Logic?
I think in the production timeline, with the Disney takeover or Fox merger just announced, it may be challenging to fit in the storyline into the MCU. But as you said earlier, tweak is the right word, and perhaps in the time of reshoots, which is maybe taking place around now, also for post-production, to sneak in these elements into the wider Marvel Cinematic Universe. Say very much like how the very first post-credit scene cameo of Nick Fury in the Iron Man movie.
Yeah.
But there's also the story about Jean Grey, and once again the issue on the Phoenix powers. It has happened before in X3, the third X-Men movie, The Last Stand.
Okay.
So this is a scenario whereby, is it a rehash, or is it also an alternate timeline? A different timeline.
Yeah.
The timeline in the X-Men Fox universe is really complicated. There's a Logan timeline, there is the first X1, 2, 3 timeline, there's the First Class timeline, there is the Apocalypse time, sorry, not the Apocalypse, Days of Future Past timeline, and so forth, and we have yet been able to get some temporal detectives to come down and make sense of all of that.
Yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see. But as you know, in the comics, there are a few jalan which they can take, House of M or even Axis, but just a drop hint of a certain appearance of one character can change things, or can alter things, or can give new options to where this franchise can go, or where the X-Men can go in the movie universe. Yeah, and last but not least,
closing the year, Transformers fans can look forward, or maybe they will not look forward, to the next Transformers movie, which is named Bumblebee. Named after the titular character, it will focus on Bumblebee as the main protagonist, with another human boy, taking place in the 1980s, whereby you can expect all that cool retro music and other themes that you might even see first in Ready Player One, which will appear in the Bumblebee movie. So Bumblebee is, I think, should be the last movie release week of the year.
On the 27th of December, I think it's the last release of 2018 this year. Yeah.
And it's not handled by Michael Bay, so while it's still understandably within the Bayformers franchise set piece, we can hope for maybe less explosions and maybe more of I think the substance or the plot, which maybe made the first Transformers movie so much more engaging to watch. Right, when you had Sam Witwicky and his journey to adulthood, and I think it will repeat certain themes here, because Bumblebee has apparently been around on Earth for some time. So that's our pick of the top 10 must-watch geek pop culture movies coming to Malaysia this year. You may of course feel other selections and movies should be in that list, therefore please feel free to comment in the section below. It's actually a very difficult choice, because there is so many cool looking movies coming out this year. Any last words, Captain?
Well, again, Happy New Year and happy viewing time at the cinema.
Live long and prosper.
May the Force be with you. It's Captain signing off. Thanks for watching.